stranglehold on this series with a win in overtime. San Jose attempting to climb back after losing the first two on home ice. All the way across, Keeks, tough angle. It goes high and wide. Held in by Campbell. Downstairs for Mola. Counted for Byfuglien. And he scores! Dustin Byfuglien wins it in overtime.
The NHL had never seen a player that was like him. A unicorn, a titan, a man who could do whatever he wanted on the ice. And we will never see a player like him again. This is Dustin Big Buff Byfuglien.
Free by Stone, he is hammered by Byfuglien.
In 2003, Chicago threw a dart at the board and took Byfuglien at 245th overall. He came into the league as a long shot pick, listed as a defenseman, but nothing about his game stays inside the lines. You can't teach that mass, moving at that speed. At 6'5", 265 pounds, the Hawks really did not know what they were going to get. But they would not find out until many years later that they had drafted a problem. But the problem wasn't for the Blackhawks. It was for the rest of the league. A defenseman who was built like Buff was should not be able to move like he could, be as skilled as he was, as well as be an absolute freight train. But that's who Buff evolved to be. Every few years, we see players break out in the playoffs and truly make a name for themselves. I don't think we've ever truly seen someone quite dominate a series like Dustin Byfuglien did in the 2010 Western Conference semifinals against the Vancouver Canucks. In that run, he's credited with 11 playoff goals, tied for the team lead, production that doesn't happen by accident. Chicago didn't just use his size, they weaponized it, turning a defenseman into a net front problem that teams could not solve. Some players are stars, some are legends, and then, once in a generation, you get something different. Something that bends reality. Something too big, too skilled, too wild to ever replicate. Some stars bend the game. Dustin Byfuglien broke its shape. Here's the rare part. The position switch. It wasn't a gimmick. It changed matchups. At forward, he's a wrecking ball in the crease, an immovable object. At defense, he's a heavy shot play driver who can still end you along the wall and dominate you in front of the net. The incredibly rare, positionless hockey player in the National Hockey League. But what makes this story even crazier is that this almost never even happened. Let me bring you back to 2003 and listen in to Hockey Hall of Famer, Blackhawks legend, teammate of Dustin Byfuglien, Duncan Keith.
You guys know the story when he got drafted, right? This is when he's 17 years old. They call him up, say, "Hey, Buff, we drafted you. We'd like you to come to our camp. Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. This guy's going to be getting a hold of you." Okay. And hangs up the phone. As soon as he hangs up the phone, he unplugs all the phones in his house, basically disappears. He doesn't want to go to the rookie thing. So they had to put out like a nationwide search just to get a hold of him. They couldn't get a hold of him just because he didn't want to go for some summer camp. He wanted to enjoy his summer. I just remember we'd be sitting in a lounge like this, and guys were asking him, just getting to know him, you know, like, what do you know, have you heard of Joe Sakic? And he's like, who's that guy, you know? Never heard of Brendan Shanahan. Never heard of him. Never knew anything. Never. I don't watch hockey. You know, like he loves hockey. Don't get me wrong. Just because he doesn't watch it, he loves playing hockey.
And thankfully he did. We got to witness one of the most electrifying players to ever come into the National Hockey League. After helping the Hawks win its first cup in 49 years in 2010, he would officially move on to Atlanta the season before they moved to Winnipeg, where he truly cemented his legacy as a Winnipeg Jet. And the fans there loved him, like they did in Chicago. But as the years went on, you could slowly see the love fading in the game. In the pantheon of sports, most legends leave with a press conference, a tearful wave, or a jersey ascending to the rafters. The exit of the man they called Big Buff wasn't a slow fade. It was a sudden, jarring disappearance that left a franchise and its fans in a state of permanent what if. On the eve of the 2019 training camp, the Winnipeg Jets expected their 260-pound force of nature to anchor their blue line. Instead, Byfuglien asked for a leave of absence, citing a lost desire to play the game. On April 17, 2020, the Jets and Byfuglien mutually terminated his contract. No money changed hands. He simply bought his freedom. He played because he loved the game. And the moment that love evaporated, replaced by the grueling reality of rehab and age, He was done. For the fans in Winnipeg, and hockey in general, there was no goodbye. There was no final buff man hit, no victory lap, and no explanation. But he didn't owe the hockey world an ending. He gave the game everything until he had nothing left to give. Then he stepped out of the back door and into the tall grass, leaving the rest of us to wonder where the mountain went. In the end, Dustin Byfuglien didn't need the validation of a final curtain call or the comfort of a retirement speech. He had won his cup, redefined his position, and earned the right to simply walk away toward the quiet of the lake, reminding us that sometimes the most powerful statement a man can make is choosing his own peace over our need for an ending. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Game Script NHL, where I will be diving deep into more stories. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.